What starts the club back? Interestingly, it should be a mini move forward. If that's a little bit confusing, let me demonstrate. Just prior to taking the golf club away, I've noticed that many great players will do one of several things. They'll either push their right knee a little forward, actually lift the right heel, or make a slight body press with the lower body forward. This little micro move forward allows them to rebound back in the backswing very naturally. It promotes balance, athleticism, and rhythm in your takeaway. I've found that this little idea here of the little press is the perfect way to start step one. I suggest you lift your right heel slightly and return that heel to the ground as a trigger, or use a slight lower body press toward the target. I don't think you should trigger the first move with hand action. We call that a hand press. I still see many people actually push their hands forward to initiate the backswing. Now there are a few problems with that. Number one, it creates a tremendous angle between the club and center. Number two, it tends to shut the club face as you push the hands forward. And finally, you tend to take the club too deep to the inside right off the ball. All negative moves. So remember, the first move in the backswing is actually slightly forward. Then comes the first move back. This should be a one-piece action. In other words, everything together. Shoulders, arms, hands, hips, and shift. Weight distribution in the feet can be sensed early. You're off your left foot and onto your right. Sensation in the feet should be strongly felt, while the movement of the club should be unforced and have an involuntary quality to it. As the club first moves back, your head may move laterally a bit on any full swing. Although the head naturally moves, both eyes must remain on the ball. The head's slight lateral motion accommodates a rotation of your upper spine and weight shift onto your right leg. Many great ball strikers have early lateral head motion. It is very rare that you'll find a superior player without a lateral shift. It is virtually impossible to swing around the spine with no movement and keep any athleticism. So early on, the axis of the swing is shifted from being centered at address to the inside of your right leg. The right leg becomes the backswing pivot point. By that I mean we shift slightly over to the right and to the inside part of the right leg. The right leg is the post you will turn on. It's critical that you maintain the flex in your right knee during this step. By that I mean this right knee here must maintain its flex. Not straightening up, but staying nice and flexed as you go through the early steps of the swing. The right leg is your brace. It accepts the weight transfer and helps maintain your shoulders and hips at address levels, meaning that the hips now and the knees will turn more level. Think of your takeaway as a move to the side far more than a rotation around the center of your body. Golfers who think turn as they go to step one are highly prone to employing a reverse pivot. That is, loading weight onto the left foot instead of the right foot. The club shaft, meanwhile, stays between the arms. There is no conscious effort to guide the club. The club face stays square to the arc of the swing with no conscious rotation. There is a sensation that the club is swinging away freely, with no rigidity of the hands and the arms. At the same time, control is maintained. You can feel exactly where the club face is located and how it is positioned. In a natural swing action, which follows an arc, the club head rises up gradually along that arc. If the big muscles of the body are used for the takeaway, there will be no quick or jerky motions. Rather, the pace is slow and smooth, setting the stage for good tempo with every shot. Many times, the only swing thought a top player will have is smooth takeaway. If you have correctly established the right leg as the backswing support post, you can pivot with a connected, one-piece action. You'll be off to a smooth start, and it's a takeaway you can practice and perfect. It's also a takeaway you can repeat under pressure, and is a major key to consistency.